Hey Catalyst family, it's me, Todd. I wanted to share with you something that God stirred in my heart during the COVID lockdown. But first, a pop quiz. Which of these did I pick up as a hobby? Was it making custom bobbleheads, boogie boarding, or creating shell mobiles? You know, I love to exercise, I love the beach, and I love free things. I mean, who doesn't love free things? During the lockdown, I was able to go to the beach and do all these things. Now, this first started off when I went to a patient's home and he gave me my first shell mobile. And so what started off as just a fun thing to do in my spare time, which I had a lot of because of COVID, soon turned into a hobby and a way to find relaxation. It was a time when I could spend with God alone, just walking at the beach, and that soon turned into a form of fundraising as I started selling them to people around me. I became a shell expert. I did. I learned the types of shells. I learned when there was high tides and low tides, and what times were the best times to get the best shells. I actually started recognizing people on the beach, and I would give them the stink eye when they would pick up shells that I would want. So it got really territorial. But anyways, I'm not really competitive like that. So I learned like how each shell would sound when they would hit each other, and as I did this, I would create these images in my head on what kind of shell design I would make. During one of my daily devotionals, Hebrews 13:16 came to mind, and Hebrews 13:16 says, "And do not forget to do good and to share with others. With such sacrifices, God is pleased." And so I thought, well, what could I do, to make this more pleasing to the Lord, or how could I honor God with all this free time that I have? And at that time, I knew that my friend Sam was going to be starting a new ministry, and the Lord kind of spoke to me and said, hey, well, if people are willing to pay for this, why don't you get the money and then donate to Sam? And I thought it was a perfect idea. I was going to the beach almost daily. During the pandemic and the COVID lockdown, at first it seemed to really, get people depressed. But I found it, yes, my gym was closed down. I wasn't working. I couldn't go out and see my friends. But during this time, it really allowed me to spend time with the Lord. And during that time, He showed me how to kind of just let my creativity honor Him, and as well as honor my friend Sam. So it was just a really fun time. It was a really great time of revelation for me. I was spending a lot of time with the Lord. I felt like I was supporting my friend. I felt like I was getting my exercises, my steps in. Collecting shells and squatting down to pick those shells up is not an easy thing for 2 hours, but I was doing it and I was happy to do it. I felt like I had a purpose, and it was awesome. So I just want everyone to know that God could just use crazy times like the pandemic to further His kingdom. If you're open to what He has to say, you can find ways to honor Him.